Today we're doing another gaming video on the MacBook Air 2020. So today we're going to be testing Heroes and Generals. I've always wanted to know what's it like to game on a thin machine, and the MacBooks do set the standard for quality and thinness, and I really just want to know how good can these machines game. I have done quite a lot of testing on the 2015 MacBook Air and Pro, and even the 12-inch MacBook, so if you're interested in that, take a look in the cards up top to the right there. So if there's a particular game you guys want me to test on this 2020 MacBook Air, please leave a comment down below and I'll definitely be testing it for you guys. We'll be discussing the pros and cons of gaming on the MacBook Air, and we'll find out if it's right for you. All right, let's get into the gaming tests. So I'm going to try to make this as raw and uncut as possible because I do want to show you guys the load times and how everything operates. So I will try to skip the most boring parts, and we will be testing different graphical configurations, and we're going to find out which one runs best on this 2020 MacBook Air. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start the game with the default graphical settings. To battle. First encounter. I've already had a first encounter. Oh god, what is with these badges? They just keep popping up. Alright, first encounter it is. So I have tested already about 6 other games on the 2020 MacBook Air. Surprisingly, most of them actually could run on low to medium-ish graphics. There are some games that run pretty horrible, but games that are optimized for the integrated GPU run really well. For instance, like Grand Theft Auto 5 runs pretty good, World of Tanks runs really good, Minecraft runs phenomenal. So with a lot of these games that have been out for a while, they found a way to make them run well on these machines that have iGPUs. And at the top left here we have our FPS counter. Oh, it's kind of like Battlefield. Oh hey, this is actually running a lot better than the first time I ran Heroes and Generals on the 2015 MacBook Air. Oh yeah, this is running way better. So 20 frames is kind of bad, 15 frames. That right there means that the game is running kind of terrible. You still might be able to play. It doesn't feel super choppy, but right now the graphical settings, they look kind of terrible, and it's running kind of terrible too. I wonder if I can change it right now and see if we can find a way to make this run better. So I'm going to go to video, and we're going to look at graphics quality. Okay, so there's these sliders. Alright, render resolution, we're going to reduce that. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's much more to reduce. Let's try that. That might help a little bit. Advanced. Everything's already reduced. Fast particles. Alright, let's try to play. So that makes it a little bit smoother. But in general, it's looking pretty bad. Let's see if I can get any kills. I might try to reduce the resolution some more as well. I like how it gets you in the battle very quickly. Oh. Got some shots in. Some more shots in. Oh, is that my teammate? Who's he shooting at? Oh, enemy! What is going on here? Oh no, I killed myself. Okay, maybe this is actually playable. I actually got some shots in earlier. Let me change the video a little bit more. Let's try lowest resolution lowest render resolution, graphics quality, low, apply. Alright, this actually looks like it's a little bit better. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe that increased the frame rate by maybe like 1 or 2 frames. Nice, got a map. That's cool. That's kind of cool. He actually brings the map up. Huh, like he's looking at something. Dang, even with lowest graphics, they still look pretty decent. You can like go inside the buildings and stuff. It's kind of surprising. Oh yeah. Oh, I just got a kill. Just got my first kill. Okay. That right there pretty much says whether you can. Oh, 2 kills in a row. What do you know? That right there is pretty much all the evidence you need. The game does run on lowest everything. I mean, it's not the greatest, but hold E to heal. Oh, nice. I can heal up a bit. That's cool. All right, I'm healed up. Wonder if I just have a lot of FPS skills just kind of transferring over. That must be it. Yeah, textures look pretty dang good. All things considered, like even with the lowest everything, it's like, wow, this is great. The hands look pretty realistic. This is kind of cool. You can like go into all the buildings and stuff. E to climb ladder. Inside buildings, you're getting about 40 FPS. That's pretty good. Well, I'll drop down to 30, but still. And you do get like all the decent shadows. Maybe I shouldn't say nice, but they're pretty decent. Like you're playing the game, like you're gonna enjoy. Like looks like there is some performance drops, but overall, I think you could actually play this and enjoy it. I mean, it's not perfect, but as time goes on, I think they'll be able to utilize the iGPU probably better. That's kind of how things go with these iGPUs. When they first came out, they could hardly run anything, and then now you can play almost every single game on an iGPU. It really depends on the device. Some of the devices don't run that great. Like this particular device has, it had its heatsink gimped, and so it overheats, and the quad-core i7 that I have in there is really running more like dual-core or single-core because it's just overheating all the time. So it's not perfect, but I actually won my first match. I got some kills. I think I got 2 kills and 2 deaths. Scoreboard, let's see. Oh, 3 kills and 1 death. That's pretty good, considering that's my first time. Okay, so here's my setup for the Mac gaming. Essentially, I have a controller. This is going to really help reduce the input lag for a lot of games, especially games like GTA 5. I've got a hub to plug in my SSD and my mouse. This SSD is a Samsung SSD, the T3. They also have a T5 available now. Great for storing your games. It's really quick. And then a cheap $20 Logitech mouse. And I got Windows installed. So if you are going to game, definitely get Windows installed. And I'll show you how to do that in this video. So this is what the Xbox One controller looks like. It's really comfortable. It's got really nice clicky buttons, great feel. Definitely a must-have if you're a gamer, especially because gaming with a keyboard can sometimes be a little glitchy and laggy. So I highly recommend you guys pick one of these up. I'll have links in the description. And then here's a quick overview of the hub. It's got HDMI, it's got Ethernet, it's got pretty much everything you need. And I've been using it for a while. I do have a dedicated review of this product as well, so if you guys want to take a quick peek at that. Comes with 3 USB ports, a fast charging port. You got micro SD and standard SD card slots, and even an additional USB-C power port to charge the hub or to give it more power, because sometimes some hubs require more power if you're doing many things like powering monitors and that kind of thing. So yeah, it just kind of plugs in, and then I plug in all my other peripherals directly into it. I do like this T3 Samsung SSD drive a lot.
I've been using it for many years without any issues. If you guys need additional storage, highly recommend these Samsung T3 drives. I just cannot say enough good things about these drives. There is also a really cool hub that I got from directly from the Apple Store. It's a decent little hub. This one is special because it supports 2 monitors. Now, I did have a dual monitor setup, but I don't use this anymore, so this hub is kind of obsolete, but Apple does sell decent hubs. You could consider getting one from them as well.
So there's this really awesome application I want you guys to check out. So what it does is it allows you to screen record your gameplay, and then after it's recorded, it does have a built-in video editor, so you can cut the clips, merge them, and then make a continuous video. I want to show you guys how this program works. Take a quick look, and if you guys are interested, definitely check out the links below in the description. It should be a pretty useful program if you haven't used any screen recording software before. I highly recommend you guys try it out and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section. I have used this before for certain games. I do find it pretty useful, so yeah, let me show you what it's like. Hello and welcome to all the gamers out there. This is Serge. Today I'll be telling you about one of the best game recording softwares called UniConverter by Wondershare. It lets you record your gameplay on your Windows or Mac computer. Let's take a look. To begin with, you can obtain Wondershare's UniConverter by going to the official website, and I'll have links in the description below or around the page here. A quick online search will lead you to the web page, and if you are a Mac user, you can even get the app from the App Store. In either case, the interface of the application for both the platforms is almost identical. For this video, I'll be using the Windows version, as I play most of my games on Windows 10. So after you have it installed, Wondershare UniConverter on your computer, just go ahead and launch it by double-clicking its icon from the desktop. On Mac, you can find it in the Applications tray or Applications folder if its shortcut doesn't automatically appear on the dock. Now, we'll set up recording preferences. To do so, click the Screen Recorder category in the left, click this drop-down button at the top, and click Screen Recorder to open the Wondershare Screen Recorder panel. Here, the first thing you'll want to do is define the area of the screen you want to record. Since most of the games are played in full screen mode, check and confirm if full screen is selected in the recording mode drop-down list. Next, choose whether or not to capture the audio from Windows itself. You can do this by checking if the speaker icon is enabled and that the correct audio output device is selected in the system audio drop-down list. If it is a multiplayer game and you regularly interact with the other players over the microphone, you can record your voice too by ensuring that the mic icon is enabled and the correct audio input device is selected in the microphone drop-down list. You can even set the recording preferences more granularity by accessing the other configuration options. To do this, click the settings icon at the bottom right corner. This will expand the panel and reveal the other settings that Wondershare Screen Recorder has to offer. From the General section, you can choose a folder you want to save and record the videos to the selected and preferred frame rate and recording quality as needed. The Record Timer section can be used to schedule the recording. Although this is mostly used when you want to record your favorite TV show, I'm telling you about this option just in case if you ever need to schedule the recording time of your gameplays. As for the mouse section, as a gamer you probably want to check the show mouse click and recording box while making a walkthrough for a game. However, the play mouse click sound is something you wouldn't want to use unless it's extremely important. So leave that unchecked for now. In the shortcut section, you can either define your custom shortcut keys to pause, resume, start, and stop the recording, or leave the default ones unchanged and use them while capturing the gameplays. Finally, click the big red record button to begin the recording. Well, that's it. If you are ready and have footage of gameplay that was recorded earlier, and you want to add your commentary with or without showing yourself on the screen, you can do so by selecting webcam recorder or audio recorder from the drop-down list on the screen recorder window respectively. Now, if you choose webcam recorder, UniConverter automatically records the audio from the microphone. So no additional intervention or configuration is needed from your side in this case. And you know what, guys? There's still more to it. UniConverter has a built-in video editor as well. This feature lets you trim your video, crop them, and subtitle them if needed, apply various effects, put watermarks, or manage global audio volumes as required. You can access all these editing tools by clicking the video editor category in the left panel. Additionally, UniConverter supports more than 1,000 conversion formats. And thus, regardless of the extension of your gameplay video files, you can easily convert them to a different, more compatible format such as MP4, MOV, etc. This can be done by going to the video converter category from the left panel and importing the clips to the program. Furthermore, you can even find the editing tools right below the thumbnail of the imported videos. Within these options, you can seamlessly edit the video just before converting them to your preferred format. Isn't this awesome? And there's even more. The built-in video compressor tool that Wondershare UniConverter has lets you reduce the size of the large video files, so now you don't need to worry about the storage space or sharing your walkthroughs with your friends and team players. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention one more very important tool, that is the merger. Now, merger is a new Wondershare UniConverter V12 feature that can be accessed by going to the merger category from the left panel, and it allows you to import multiple files to the program. After importing, optionally, you can trim these videos if needed and then merge them all into one continuously playing video clip. While merging, you can even see the output format menu to choose a file format you want to export. This feature might come in handy if you have recorded your gameplay in several clips and you want to join them together, so it is easy to publish on YouTube or any other social media websites. So as I've said in the beginning, Wondershare UniConverter is one of the best applications for recording your games, be it for professional purposes, reviewing, sharing the walkthroughs with your friends, or even bragging about your score online. So that's it for today, gamers. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, just go ahead and grab a copy of Wondershare UniConverter and show your friends how smart you are at what you can do. This is Serge signing off for now. I will see you soon with another exciting and informative video. Till then, have a great day and happy gaming.
So you either want a game or you want to install an application that requires Windows. So the first thing you want to think about is how much available storage you have. So I have the 1 terabyte version, so I'm not going to have too many storage issues. So get the most storage possible when getting these MacBooks, because if you're going to install Windows on it, you're going to have to split this drive in half. Search for the Boot Camp Assistant, and let's go ahead and open that up, and I'll guide you through the process. So click Continue. And now in this area, this is where you're going to select how big your Windows partition is and how big your macOS partition. So as you can see, the bigger the Windows, the smaller the Mac. So where are you going to be putting most of your files? If it's going to be mostly gaming and it's going to be mostly on Windows, make the Windows partition large. If you still need to video edit in macOS or do other macOS type tasks, maybe you want to do it kind of more in the middle. It really depends on you, and if you have an external drive, maybe you just want to go straight in the middle and not worry too much about who gets more space. And sometimes you might run into issues where you thought you needed more Windows space, but actually you need more macOS space. So maybe going somewhere in the middle really is the way to go about this. The next thing we're going to want to do is get an ISO. An ISO is basically just an image of a specific file, and what we need to do is we need to get a Windows ISO. So we're going to go to the Microsoft website and we're going to get a Windows ISO directly from Microsoft. And so the reason why you want to do this is because you want to ensure it doesn't have any viruses. So don't get the ISO from anywhere else but the Microsoft website. Okay, so go ahead and type in Windows ISO, and then usually if it's from the Microsoft website, it should be good to go. We're going to click on that, and now we're going to download our Windows 10 disk image. All right, so we're going to scroll down, we're going to select Windows 10, we're going to confirm it, and then on the next screen, we're going to want to confirm 64-bit. kind of funny that it asks you all these questions. It should just always be 64-bit at this point. All right, so let's go ahead and select the product language. So select your language. Obviously I speak English, so I'm going to select that. I'm going to confirm it. And then once that's complete, then we're going to select 64-bit if you got more than 4 gigabytes of RAM. Alrighty. And then get a little question that asks me, do you want to download this for Microsoft? Yes, I do. Okay, and now we're downloading the ISO. So once the ISO is completed downloading here on this bottom right-hand tray, I should be able to continue on from Boot Camp. Now we're also going to plug in our power because without it being plugged in, we risk the battery dying during the install, which could ruin everything. If that happens, it could literally corrupt your Windows install and you just have to restart from the beginning. It would be a hassle. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to select our ISO once it's done downloading, and it'll be in your downloads tray. So I have it selected here. I'm going to click open, and I'm going to click install. So now what it's going to do is it's going to grab that ISO and it's going to get us important drivers and other software for the ISO. Now I'm fast forwarding this part. This part takes a good sometimes 10, 15, maybe even 30 minutes. This whole part, I completely fast forwarded it. And now what it's going to do is it's going to restart the machine automatically for me. And we're going to just go through the Windows prompts. So when it restarts, initially it almost tries to boot as Mac, but then it's like, okay, we're trying to boot into Windows. So now it's doing the Windows installation. So what we've done is we've mounted the ISO and now we're running directly from the ISO. So now we can actually use the ISO to install Windows. So downloading the ISO and mounting the ISO, you haven't really done much. You've just gotten the ISO to do its job, and now the ISO is mounted. So now we're going to actually install Windows. So to install Windows, select your languages, click next, and it's going to ask for a product key. We don't have one. We're not going to worry about this because we're just trying to play games on Windows. Nothing crazy here. Just click you don't have one, and then select Windows 10 Pro and click next. All right, got that selected. Pushing next. And remember, guys, I'm always here if you have questions. Do not hesitate to leave a comment below. I'm always here to help you guys out. I do want this to be a great tech channel. All right, make sure you read the end user license agreement because if you don't, then all your information will be stolen. That's what usually happens in these agreements. You're just agreeing that all your information will be stolen and sold to other companies. Yeah, usually nobody reads those, but you should actually try reading those. Okay, so now we're copying the Windows files. We're getting the files ready for installation. We're installing features, installing updates, and we're going to finish this next part up. So it is finishing up, and here we are. So the computer restarts, and then this whole part also takes another 15 minutes. And then now it's done. And keep in mind, it takes 15 minutes if you have good internet. If you have slow internet, it could take 30 minutes. All right, so here we're just pressing next, selecting our language, selecting our keyboard. Yes, skip. So it definitely wants an internet connection. You don't necessarily have to do that, but it does make it kind of quicker for the whole process. Plus, you're going to need to update as soon as you install Windows. So usually I think it's better to just have internet connection. I usually try to do it without. Then it wants you to create a password, create one, and then choose your privacy settings. So normally I would say delete all of these or just say no on all of them. But there may be some you might be interested in, like the location services one. But honestly, I would just say no on all of them. And Cortana is kind of annoying, but I think I left it enabled. Okay, so now it's just kind of setting it up, doing some more installations. It's almost there. Okay, so now we're booted into Windows. So here I am in Windows. Now this prompt here is pretty important. This is your drivers. So Boot Camp wants to get you drivers for your Windows. And so what it's doing is it's getting drivers specifically for the MacBook Air, keys like the brightness control, the volume control, and so it's just going to make your Mac experience much more fluid. We definitely want to do this. Going to click install, going to scroll down on the end user license agreement, and we're just going to let it do its thing. And once it's all installed, you just restart your PC and you're pretty much done and good to go. Okay, it's done. It does recommend a restart. I don't think you necessarily have to do this, but some of your stuff might not work properly if you don't do it, so you might as well just do it. Okay, now that it's installed, we can go ahead and get Steam installed, and then from there, that's it. You'll basically have Windows and you'll have your Steam. So when you want to switch back to macOS, all you do is you restart the computer and you hold down the Option key and select macOS. So here I'm showing you how to get Steam. So I just search for Steam in Google, and then I click on download Steam on the Steam website, click yes on these prompts because I am installing it. And essentially what I'm doing here is I'm just getting Steam running properly on my Windows machine. And if you guys have questions about how to get this working, I mean, I do show you how to do it here, but it does move kind of quickly. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I had a few issues where I tried to install the Steam, but it just like wasn't downloading. I'm not really sure why. Anyway, so now it's working. I'm going to click run here, and we're going to install Steam. Once you install Steam, you will get a prompt that'll ask you, log into existing or log in or create an account. If you have an account, obviously log into the existing account. If not, just go ahead and create an account. Okay, so here I'm gonna go ahead and get logged in. So now I'm logged in, and so yeah, here I am. So now I can download all my games, and I can essentially play all the games that I don't normally have the ability to play on macOS. So I finally got it running, and yeah, so that's how you get Windows on your Mac. So here I'm adding my hard drive because my hard drive has all the games. I selected it. I got about half a terabyte of games. You might not need to do this if you're installing or if you're getting all your games directly on your drive. But yeah, as you can see, I got a bunch of games here. So I'm going to be testing all these games out. If you guys want me to test a specific game in Windows or in macOS, definitely let me know in the comment section below and subscribe. Alright, so here I am on Windows playing GTA 5, and this is how you get GTA 5 on your Mac. So yeah, if you guys have questions, let me know. The other thing that's kind of useful is a program called Ninite. So what I do is I go to this website called Ninite, and it allows me to select all of the applications that I find useful. So I search for Ninite, then I scroll down and I check all the apps that are useful. So there's Chrome, there's browsers, imaging, documents, messaging, media, runtime, security. This is pretty useful. Like Classic Start allows you to bring back the Classic Start button. There's a lot of really useful stuff. Take a look here. Maybe you guys will find something useful here to use. This is so useful after a fresh install of Windows. I come here every time after my fresh install of Windows. Very useful. Get my OpenOffice, get my VLC, get my torrenting applications, and you can even grab Steam here. Pretty awesome stuff.
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want me to test a specific game, definitely leave a comment down below in the comments section. Subscribe, join me on Steam. I am playing video games these days, and I'd love to play some video games with my subscribers. So just add me as a friend, message me, and we'll play some games. If you guys want me to test a specific video, I highly recommend you comment down below. And remember, subscribe if you like this kind of content. All right, cheers.